right, hello everyone. Welcome to Off the Charts, episode 281. I've got my friend David here from the UK to join me today. How are you today?
Hello, I'm good. I'm excited. I've got absolutely soaked today, but I'm fine. I'm
Uh,
dry now, out of the bloody brain. So
yeah, he spent his afternoon in the rain while I
yeah,
spent my morning here in the cold. It's like 9 degrees here in Canada or
oh
Ottawa.
dear.
So, all right. So today we are going to be talking about the new Judas Priest album. It's been out for a few months there. Invincible Shield. I've got the vinyl version and David's got the CD version. We're going to get into the specs in a few, but right now we're going to be talking about this. Um, Released in 2024. This is a brand new Priest record, produced, engineered, and mixed by Andy Sneap. Current lineup for this album has Rob Halford on guitars, Richie Falkner on guitar. Sorry, Rob Halford on vocals, not guitars. Richie Falkner on guitars, Glenn Tipton on guitar, Scott Travis on drums, and Ian Hill on bass. And I'm not sure, does actually Andy Sneap play guitar on this album?
I think he did with
Doesn't say,
Saxon,
yeah.
didn't he, at one point or something? Or did he? Or was it with?
So I know he's their touring guitarist.
Yeah, yeah.
When does that guy sleep, by the way? Andy Sneap. Didn't he do the Accept album too, the new one? Humanoid?
I think so. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's like then Priest, then touring. I'm just like, my God. And I'm sure he's got other stuff that's
yeah, yeah. He's everywhere, isn't he?
so we shall talk about the new album Invincible Shield. If you're unaware that it's out, it's out. It's been out for what, 5 months, maybe 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Mm. So, just first question, just like that. What are your thoughts overall about this album?
Fucking brilliant.
Okay,
That's,
so just
uh,
one word is good. One word, brilliant. And I'm gonna use surprising, but in a good
okay.
way. Um, do you so out of this album that I do? Sorry, my arm. I'm sure I got arthritis in this arm now.
Oh,
um, of this one, like Judas Priest at one time were said that they would retire, correct? Then they go and released Firepower and this one, and it doesn't sound old, right? They don't sound old or sounds
no.
fresh. Now, between Firepower and this one, which one would you say is your favorite?
It's definitely got to be this. It's definitely got to be this. And one thing we did briefly touch upon before we started is it may be a bit of recency bias, but I don't think so because I've listened to this must be nearly 10, 15 times over in the past couple of months, and it's not got old at all. So yeah, yeah, I definitely think this one.
So for me, this is probably where the recently biased may come in effect. When I first heard Firepower, I was like, "Wow, this is actually really good." I was disappointed from Redeemer of Souls, that one before that.
Yeah,
So I
that's the
wasn't
one.
expecting much when I knew Firepower came out. So I was very surprised by this. Then when this came out, I was actually even more surprised. So let's give it maybe a year just to see for to answer that question. I mean, I'll say this one may be a little bit better than Firepower, but ask me again in a year just to be safe if it's not recently biased, like we discussed there. Um, Also, do you think where would you rank this album from the reunion when Rob Halford came back? So you got Angel of Retribution, then was it Nostradamus right after that?
Yeah,
Redeemer of Souls, Firepower, and then this one here. So what do you think from starting from Angel of Retribution?
Okay, so the bottom one would be Retribution. That'll be the weakest. Even though I do really love Judas Rising and then a couple of other songs on that album.
Mhm.
Then would probably be uh, Redeemer of Souls. Although I think that Halls of Valhalla is actually one of the best songs they've ever made. Um, then after that, I'd say Nostradamus. Very underrated album, but still, I do find myself finding it a bit difficult to listen to the whole thing in one go, even though when I do, it's great. Then Firepower, and then Invincible Shield, number one.
Close for me. I would put Redeemer of Souls as my least favorite. Then Angel of Retribution. Then Nostradamus. Then Firepower. Then Invincible Shield. So just they're pretty much the same except the last two for me. Redeemer of Soul like literally does nothing for me. There's like three great songs, but to me it's just metal by numbers, as opposed to paint
Yeah,
by numbers, metal by numbers. You thought
yeah,
that's
no,
clever? I just thought that up.
good stuff. Nah, I think that Redeemer of Souls has grown on me a little bit since it come out.
I need to get it on vinyl. That's the only one I'm missing on vinyl, and the two Ripper ones there. So I haven't listened to that one in a while. So maybe I'm going to Montreal this week actually for a road trip. So maybe I'll find it there because I know it exists.
Oh yeah,
Get off my
yeah,
ass and get it.
and good luck with the Ripper ones as well because they flipping cost a
Oh,
bomb.
they don't exist on vinyl. They're unofficial releases. But I know
Oh really?
Redeemed Souls exist, and I've seen it at that store before. That's
Ah, okay.
what I mean there. Okay, now let's talk about the songs on this album. Now, for once, I seem to have more songs than David does. So we each have, so this is the alternate cover. I'm going to post right here the original cover. So this is the alternate. Right now we'll look at and of course the inside on the vinyl. Whoop, here it is. And there you go. What do you think of the cover?
I think it's a sick cover. I think it's brilliant cover. Now at first, a lot of people were very like, it looks rubbish. I like the original one, but I think this one's even better. It just, I don't know. It's difficult to describe.
Yeah, I chose this. I had a choice between the original and this one. I'm like, somehow this one was a little bit more. I'm like, wow. But yeah, it's a great cover. My friend though would have preferred this as the cover. And I'm like, it's a nice one. Is it cover worthy? Just maybe if you zoom in to something, I don't know, just like this, no. But maybe if you zoomed into something else, I don't know. Like there's a lot of dead space there for me as
I,
a just the positioning of the
yeah,
that soldier with the wings or whatever that is there, a knight.
it's an interesting idea because actually, like, I think that looks cool. But what if you fuse the two together? So essentially, you had this character here with the shield, holding the shield up against the
Yes,
fire,
yes,
an
that would have been.
invincible shield.
But whatever, it's that's not the reason why I bought the album. Is not
It's
because of
still very cool.
yeah. So now let's talk songs. So this one to me, like I said, this is a double vinyl, but it comes with. That's the reason I got this version. It comes with a 45 with three bonus tracks on this
Cool.
one here. More on those songs later, but yeah, that's the big difference right here. So there's a
Right.
total of oh my god, one, two, 14 songs with the bonus tracks for me.
Yeah.
So
I I wouldn't normally say this, but Tony Iommi take notes because Dan's missing his bonus tracks. You could have
Yeah,
put a little thing, like a 3-track.
that yeah, exactly. That's true. It was three tracks I think that was missing from
Yeah.
the Black Sabbath box set.
Other than
So,
that,
all right. So, since we're talking about songs, what would be your favorite songs?
okay, right. The Serpent and the King is definitely up there. It might be my number one. Um, then we've got uh, Crown of Horns. Just absolutely, it's a beautiful song. I wouldn't normally say beautiful, but it's just such a beautiful song. It is. It's so powerful. Um, then you've got the Blistering As God Is My Witness, which is such a sick song. Um, the thing is with me, I think the whole album is just so solid. It's so difficult to pick out a favorite, but and
Mhm.
then Panic Attack as well. Just those are my standouts, I'd say.
So, I chose six favorite songs. Apart from Panic Attack, which I mean, I put them in order of when they appear. I chose Panic Attack. When I first heard that, I was like, wow, that's keyboard, but not cheesy keyboard. You know, the beginning with
Yeah,
keyboard mixed in with the I guess tapping of the guitar, or whatever. Great, great intro song, by the way. Love that song. Invincible Shield also is probably one of my favorites. Gates of Hell, that's another one of my favorites.
yes.
Trial by Fire, that's another great one. Giants in the Sky, the closing one. And I'm actually going to put The Lodger off of
Ah, I was like,
45.
what's the last one? Because it's not.
And it's the last one of the. Now,
Yeah,
the songs you mentioned are. I'm in agreement with you where the whole album is solid from A to Z. Very good album.
yeah.
But because of those bonus tracks and the way I was like, I would have easily. I love these three bonus tracks more than I love three songs, and pretty much it's pretty much the three songs you mentioned. Um, Crown of Horns, As God Is My Witness, and Devil in Disguise, which are good, but I
Oh,
find the songs on this even better. Like The Lodger, I was like, why wasn't this on the album?
I've got to hear them bonus tracks
Yeah,
now.
it's
I swear.
they're on YouTube. They're available if you go to full album, but the longer version.
Can I go
Eh,
on a little tangent?
Yeah, go ahead.
The reason I didn't get the bloody bonus track one is it's one of those dumb ones where it's a book thing and it won't fit on the shelf, and it was 20 quid, and I'm like, I'm good. I hate those that don't fit on the shelf properly. I can't
Yes,
deal with it.
you're absolutely right. That's another reason why I switched to vinyl. But
Uh, but I don't get arthritis from handling all the heavy vinyls though. No, I'm just,
yeah, oh my God, it's. I mean, this album was not cheap, but it is heavy because it's got two vinyls
oh
plus.
yeah.
Uh, I mean, is there a book? No, there's no booklet in here. Well, there's a little, but whatever. It's just my arm's just killing me. That's it there. But yeah, so that will be my favorite songs. Apart from Panic Attack, there's none that you chose, and I would have easily replaced the three songs of the bonus tracks. I would have put them on. And to answer your question, actually, you asked me, what was that song there? Give me a sec. I forget the name.
Ah, yeah.
Fight for Your Life.
Yeah.
It's not a remake of that song. They just took the title.
I found actually that it's called Fight With Your Life, I think, but your iTunes named it wrong or something like that.
Oh,
Apparently,
okay.
I
I
think
have
so.
the CD there. I got the CDs with the bonus tracks, which I thought was genius, by the way.
Yeah.
Love those. But yeah, those are my best slash worst songs. I guess you didn't mention any worst songs. Did you have any that
Well,
just like, eh?
all I'd say first is because you saw how difficult it was for me to pick my
Hmm.
favorite ones, is because I the whole album is amazing, but I can't really pick. But yeah, if I had to pick a least favorite, that's so it'd be so hard. Um, let's think. Hmm.
But I mean, if you don't have any, that's fine. That's
Yeah, I don't think I do. It's just
and when I said, like I said, the three bonus tracks, it's not that the rest of the album is bad. It's just I find the three bonus tracks meet more my needs than some of the songs on the album. Now,
yeah.
but like the Lodger, I'm like I've been singing that song all friggin' day, like humming that song. I was like, okay, that's shows signs of a good song. So I'm like, yeah, you know what, the Lodger is going to be there. So
Yeah.
anyway, I would suggest you try to check out those three bonus tracks. They are on YouTube. Um, Now, if you would take this album and compare it to all the rest of their discography, would this be like a top 10 worthy album?
I'm thinking it could be top five.
I for sure, like I was when before we were talking, before we started recording, I actually started counting of albums. Like I was looking at my iTunes, and there's eight for sure that I like more than this one.
Mm.
So that means it's very close to the top 10. But five, again, I can't answer that yet. Like
Mm.
it's easy for me to do a review, let's say, or do a review of a new album. I usually wait a month or two for something new. But to get a real, again, this is me. I'm not judging your. For
Yeah.
me, it takes a good year to appreciate an album because right, like how many times have I listened to an album like, oh my god, it's so great. Then a year later, I was like, what the hell was I thinking? So that's why I kind of wait. But
Mm.
there are songs from this, like especially Panic Attack and Trial by Fire, are probably my two favorites of the album, and I can listen to those anytime. Like there's just something fresh, something new,
Yeah.
something great about those songs.
Okay. Well, if I ever think about it now, oh yeah,
But
big.
that's me. If you want to put it in your top five, that's fine too. I'm just saying
No,
that's how my brain works.
I'm just thinking about it because the way I see it, right? Also big surprise when I'm watching. I'm a massive fan of Jugulator. I
Hmm.
was thinking album this, thinking, is this better than Jugulator? And if I think that, I'm like, shit, this is a bloody good album. So my number one is probably is still Stay in Class, probably, which I didn't even like at first. I thought was rubbish at first, if I'm perfectly honest. And then just seriously, and then I absolutely loved it. Then I think in my top five, we've got Defenders of the Faith, Jugulator. Um, let's think, what else was there? I don't know what it is. Screaming for Vengeance, uh, and let me think now. Uh,
Killing Machine or
no, okay. Kill Machine is
Sin
great
After
though.
Sin.
Demolition is great, but that's more like in
Yeah, Sin After Sin.
closer
Yeah.
to 10. Um, I'm just my brain. No, honestly, I think this could be top five.
Okay.
Maybe fifth, fourth, fifth. But thing is about this one, when I was listening to it in the car on the way to where I was going today, I was thinking, oh yeah, I remember them thinking there was a bit of a weak spot on this album, and then I listened to the first few tracks. Like, I think it's coming up now. Listen to that one. That was amazing.
Which
Next one,
one?
I got to like the uh, after Invincible Shield, and I listened to Devil in Disguise, and like, this is awesome. I listened to the next one and the next one, and I was like, surely there's a bit where it lets up, and it just
Yeah,
didn't.
exactly.
Bang, bang, bang. Next one was amazing. Next one was. I was like, what are they? What did they do? What did they sacrifice someone
And
to make this
that's
album?
great. And that's great.
Every song was fantastic. So I think it's definitely got to be. Even on. I'm gonna probably piss off a load of people. Painkiller, there's a couple of songs I'll probably skip on that. I think this is better than Painkiller for
Oh yeah, me too. I would
yeah. Panic Attack, the
right
song.
now, yeah, but
Yeah.
we'll see with time there. But yeah, like I said, give me
Yeah.
for myself a real. I said give me a year at least just to make sure
Oh
my
yeah. I should check in a year, and then we both see,
yes.
and I'll say, "Oh, it's crap." No,
I would say no, not even close to being crap. It's very good.
no, no. I mean, I may look back and think, "Holy shit, I overrated it a bit." But I absolutely,
Now, I think we've got every question except the last question, which I mean, I'll give you my real answer. Yes, I'd say yes. Is it still Priest, even if there's only 3 out of 5 members, original member? Now, let's be fair. It's really Rob Halford and Ian Hill right now. Glenn Tipton is just there technically in presence because of his condition there,
I
but he
think you
still
can give him a
play. He
pass.
plays on the album apparently, and he plays live here. Like say for every 20 shows, he'll do one surprise guest appearance in the encores, I believe. So
Yeah,
to me, it's still Priest because you still got Rob Halford, Ian Hill, which have been there since the beginning, and Glenn Tipton is still there in name. Scott Travis has been there since Painkiller.
yeah.
Richie Falkner, more on that guy later. I'm going to tell you something, but I want to hear your answer first.
Okay, well, first off, I think Glenn Tipton. I think anyone with a heart can give him a can let him off.
A
You
free
know,
pass.
free pass. Yeah, exactly. At this point, I think Scott Travis is more or less can be an original member, purely for how long he's been with the band.
Exactly. Oh yeah, for sure.
He's been so consistent. Obviously, he isn't an original member, but he's solidified is
Exactly.
in Priest. Um, but yeah, it definitely it sounds like Judas Priest for sure. I'd say uh, it maybe a bit heavier, maybe I don't know in some ways, but yeah, I just remember there was this big argument about like, oh, is it even Priest anymore? Or saying they said that KK's Priest was actually more of Priest because they had Les Binks and that. And while I do like KK's Priest, by the way, although this actually blows that out of the water personally,
Mm-hmm.
but I like KK's Priest a lot. Um, just I've never got the whole thing anyway with people being like, oh, this one's shit, this one's shit. Like, just why don't you just let them both exist? You get more music.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah,
People have said KK's Priest is more Priest right now than Judas Priest.
some of them did. Yeah,
It's
this was
either equal or less.
well,
If
yeah,
you're being technical.
yeah, exactly. It's yeah,
Les Binks, I mean, come on, nothing against the guy, but like Ripper's been there 2 albums. Sure, KK's been there mostly the whole thing, and Les
yeah,
Binks did what 2 albums?
yeah. But he did Stay in Class, didn't he?
Yeah,
And was it? I can't remember the one now. Was it Killing Machine or was it some?
probably either
Um,
Killing Machine or Sin After Sin. I forget which one there, but
yeah,
still, I
mm,
I find like that. Wow, I'd love to see those comments, and on let's say on social media, and I'd respond.
yeah.
You got 3 original members still going strong after we're almost on 50 years now.
Oh no, we are on 50 years.
We
I,
are
I think.
now.
Yeah. Well, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. When did
I'm
Rock and
looking at
Roll come out?
Rock-A-Rolla, what I have it tagged as in my iTunes. I have it
74.
1974. So yeah,
Yeah. So they're actually the first metal band in history to release their debut album and a new album 50 years apart. That was what I meant to say.
Hmm,
That they've been recognized for that.
I did
Like,
not know that.
yeah, I was scared for a
Interesting.
minute because I thought I got it wrong, but no. Yeah. So.
But okay, now the thing I wanted to mention regarding Richie Falkner.
Mm.
So I don't know if you know where this guy is from. I've seen him live without knowing that I saw him live. So
Oh
he
yeah,
was in Lauren Harris's band, which is
yeah.
Steve Harris's daughter.
Okay,
So I
okay.
saw it, very hot slash cute, by the way. Okay.
Uh,
But the thing is, when I first saw Richie Falkner on stage was either on videos because I hadn't seen him live, either the Epitaph tour and Redeemer of Souls, and I effing hated him. He was like a Yannick Gers on stage, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
Just doing these friggin' moves and like poser moves. I'm like, oh my god, chill
Uh,
the f down there, buddy. But ever since he got something, what cancerous something in his throat, and I think that leveled him back to earth because right now I love him. He's cool. He's down to earth. He's not doing these stupid things on stage. So I went from hating him when KK left, and I was like, who the hell is this guy? Like, this is another Yannick Gers right here live. And then I guess the cancer thing. And there's a video on YouTube. He says he's talking about. He goes, "This is the exact moment when I figured something was wrong in my throat." And he does some sort of like something's wrong, and then he got rushed to the hospital after the show, I think. But yeah,
yeah,
since then I would say, and not has nothing to do with having pity on somebody that went to had this, had nothing to do with
yeah.
that. It just seems to me that that issue kind of grounded him back to earth because I did not like that guy at first. Too poser.
Mm,
That's my little 2 cents regarding Richie Faulkner there.
okay, yeah. Um,
I needed to vent out for that one. That's
yeah. Okay, good.
but I like him now.
That's good. So um his first album was Redeemer of Souls, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, but he did the Epitaph tour. Like that's
Ah,
after Nostradamus was the Epitaph tour, I believe, which was
yeah.
supposed to be their farewell tour. Like,
I didn't realize that.
yeah, because they were playing one song off of every album.
Nah, they didn't though, did they? Sorry. Jugulator Demolition.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, they didn't
there's yeah.
exist. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
sorry.
I'll give them a passable pass. Like, I understand why, but
Sorry,
there's.
I was being facetious. Don't worry. Sorry.
I know, I know, but
I
yeah,
just don't
okay.
like
But
how they ignore. I don't like how they ignore those. But that's it. Yeah.
every band is like it has nothing to do with this priest. Every band Maiden ignores Virtual 11 and X Factor now almost.
All
You
right.
sing songs live, but when it comes to reissuing stuff, there's nothing happening with those two albums. So it's like that with every band I find. The
Okay.
Motley
Fair enough.
Crue with John Corabi trying to get that one remastered, but no, they'll go and release Doctor Feelgood for the fucking zillionth time. It just got released last Friday box set. I'm like, it's not what we want. Like you've had 4 or 5 reissues already of that. Give us what the fans want. They want a reissue of that '94 Motley Crue album. But anyway, that's a tangent and a half. I could go on a rant for that one. But like I said, every band is like that, where they ignore a small part of an era of a band that did not meet their standards, I guess, if you compare to everything else,
Yeah.
which is a
Uh,
shame.
it is a shame because it will be fucking amazing to hear them do Cathedral Spires, wouldn't it? Can you imagine? But
Yes, at least play some live. Yeah, get
yeah.
them reissued is a different story there.
Oh, they actually did reissue Jugulator and Demolition, but it was only part of that massive whole anthology thing that was like 100, £200 or something.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I want it released as a single vinyl there. I haven't really
yeah.
checked to see. I've never seen them. I think it's unofficial releases, and I don't. I try to stay away from those there, but
I hate anything like that. Yeah.
all right. Anything else you want to add regarding Judas Priest, Invincible Shield?
Hmm. I did think of something, and it was I remember a while back I was thinking, is Rob Halford losing it a bit? You know, Is he? You know, I remember when he actually. Do you remember when he tried to sing "Painkiller" live? Which is fair enough, by the way. "Painkiller" is a fucking ridiculous song to sing. Like it's
Yeah.
so hard, and he's older now. But it's like I can't from this album, and I think Firepower to fair as well. I can't tell that his voice has aged really at all.
I can,
Well,
but
and he
not.
plays to his strengths, kind of thing. Plays to his strengths, you know.
Yes. No, he still see, this is the thing. Rob Falford to me is as good as he was back in 83. Having said that, listen to some live footage of 83. It's not like on the album. Like you could hear his voice kind of creak here and there. Like
Mm.
it's slightly off key, but then he goes on key. So he had issues back in 83. It's okay for him to have issues now. But I did see him on the Firepower tour with was Saxon and I forget the other band there, but and one time it's almost as if the sound guy forgot to put the reverb on, and then it was just Halford, and we're all like, "Ooh." It was good, but there was no effects, and I think it was Some Heads Are Gonna Roll. I think
Yeah, good
is
song
that
anyway.
that's off Defenders, right?
Yeah, I'll say yeah.
Yeah, it was that, and then it's like the effects guy was not forgot to press the reverb, and we're all looking at each other going, okay, something's wrong here
Uh,
on that song. But then it went back. So I still think he's got it. He's still got it as much as he did in 83 or whatever back in their height. But he did false notes also back then. He's a
mm.
great singer, but
Well,
he F's up.
he's human,
Exactly,
basically.
exactly. And that's okay if you F up. I'd rather see someone F up and to prove to me that that is actually live.
Or than rather than they mime it and be like, oh, this is try, you know.
Exactly,
Oh,
exactly. So I don't think he's lost it. I just
no,
think he had the same minor, and I'm using the word minor, very
yeah.
minor faults that he
Well,
had back. But I remember I saw the Angel of Retribution tour, and I remember my friend said it, man, it took him 3 songs to come down 5 stairs. And I was like, is he like, can he hardly walk? But yeah, he's fine. But it's just
yeah,
like I guess that's how the song or the show was. Bill goes, take 3 songs to descend 5 or 10 stairs, whatever.
yeah.
And it's like the joke with us there. So anyway,
Well,
I
I'm,
I still think he's as good as he was before.
oh yeah. Well, I might stir some shit up a bit here, right? But I think um to bring two other singers into this, I think Biff Byford has aged a bit better than Halford, but I think Bruce Dickinson's aged worse than Rob Halford. Like I think he's the worst out of the three. He's still good, but
Not by a lot.
yeah,
Like he's still got it, Bruce. Like and
yeah.
like age will do that to you. But at
Oh yeah, it's natural, but it's just like Biff Byford defies bloody. You know, he
yeah,
just defies
but
it.
okay, I do like that. Bruce Dickinson, I saw him on that uh Q&A tour he did there, and
Mm,
he sang a part of a song. He still can sing solo. It's just I find on an album
mm,
he's mixed way too low. I mean, he's not what he was in 1982.
yeah.
Biff Byford doesn't fully use his voice like Dickinson and Halford does.
Mm.
Like they go all out. So I
Oh yeah,
guess Biff Byford knew his limitations, so he goes, I can sing this high, but I'm going to go make a career of going from here to here. But I know I can go here. But to be safe, I'm going to go from here to here. As in Halford and Dickinson, they went here, and I we can sing all the way here, but they performed the shit out of this one. And then with time, it kind of goes, you know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
anyway, I cut you off. I know. I'm sorry, but
That's
that's why.
that's fine.
But those three, that's how I see those three.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. I think you're definitely right there. I'm trying to think of an example of Biff Byford now. What was it? He does scream sometimes, but not very often. And you're right, he does play to that middle range. It's sort of like how Blaze, when you see some Blaze live videos, they tried to get him to sing like Bruce, and he struggled. But when they toned it down, like brought it down a bit, that's where he shines. So yeah, you're right. You're right there, I think.
Oh, there you go. Anything else you want to add, my friend?
Not I can think of, maybe apart from just saying that I was just so surprised just how overall impressed I was with this album, because when I first put it on, I was thinking, it'll be good, but I'm not sure if it'll like really catch me or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
And I put it on in the car the other day. I've not put it on for a while. I thought, not put it on for a while. I'm going to give it another listen, and it blew me away, because this track, then the next track, bang, bang, bang. Everything was a hit. Everything
Uh-huh.
was, I thought, wow, this is, so.
That's good. All right, then. There you go, folks. So far, we've got a 2 thumbs up from each of us regarding this. If it will be part of my top 10 of 2024, stick around till the end of the year. I'm going to do my top 10 for that. But yeah, very, very solid album. Very surprising when I first heard the first single too of Panic Attack. Was not expecting something that fresh and good. So there you go.
Oh yeah, that blew me away as well.
There you go. All right. Well, there you go. I would like to thank my friend David for joining us here today to talk about this brand new, well, not brand new, but new from 2024, Invincible Shield. And on that note, thank you guys for watching, and we shall see you guys next episode. Take care. Bye bye.
Cheers.